Well, I think there is an open door now for groups like Google to engage in North Korea, noting that it is very much in line with the goals of the regime. This is business diplomacy on behalf of Google, working with the North. In terms of the availability of access, the North Koreans will allow greater access to the internet and information technology to the extent that they believe they can control its impact on the population. So in dealings with the Orsicom, the Egyptian corporation, what you saw at a certain point was a picture of the head of Orsicom meeting with Kim Jong-Il, who was alive at the time, and there in the background was the head of the State Security Department. And what that picture meant was that the state security mechanism had blessed the introduction of cell phones into North Korea. And they wouldn't have done that unless they believed they could control them and control their impact. So there is a potential to expand the use of this technology. There is certainly an interest in North Korea to expand its use, in particular as it would allow for productivity gains within North Korea, in particular as it could be a tool for bringing in foreign direct investment for the outside world, and in particular as the blessing of a domestic system that the government controls can be used to attempt to crack down on some of the rogue systems using Chinese cell phones near the border, which is becoming a problem in the North. That said, these systems are only going to be allowed in the North if the North believes that it can control the repercussions of these systems on its population. And so we really have to moderate our expectations to what the North can do. Now, I think there's also an opportunity here, though, since you have this intranet, since the use of the internet has been blessed by the North Koreans as a way of bringing in information on development, for NGOs and others to try and engage with these groups in the North, to try and feed in very relevant development information into the system, or to try and engage the North through research education networks, virtual science libraries, and other tools that would allow the North to control access to this technology, but would build on the use of it within the North and maybe help steer the North in some positive directions developmentally that then would make having greater relations with the outside world more of an incentive than a threat to the regime.